Okay. We're not done. We're not done. I thought I was done, but we're not done, bro. With the university inviting slurs to campus to speak to the kids. You feel me? I forgot the slur's name, but it was a literal slur. I just posted a video on it. Just look at my recent post. I just did a video on some OF bitch that was literally called to speak to like 1,200 students about busting it open, bro. Um, Came across a video of one of the students that was in attendance, and she's about to disclose what was discussed. So, let's do it.
Today I wanted to talk about the RA Kitsia lecture as someone who actually attended the lecture in person. So this is a bit different than my normal content, bear with me, but I've been seeing it get a lot of hate online, and I attended this lecture like by choice. I've previously taken this class. I love Ari, and when I found out she was coming, I was like, oh, I need to pull back up to this lecture again.
Why do you love her though? I mean, I know why. They're all cooked. It's a contagion. They're all infected. But I would love to listen to one of these sheep explain why they enjoy a whore.
And I loved the lecture. I loved Ari, so full disclaimer, I may be a little bit biased here. But it's been getting a lot of hate online recently, specifically revolving around, like, imagine paying tuition and this is what it's going to. Or, like, imagine taking a class and the time's wasted like this. Or the second thing that I've been seeing a lot is, like, why would a college bring in someone to, like, glorify the industry? Kind of stuff like that. And I feel like none of those actually happened during the lecture, and so I kind of wanted to talk about it as someone who has attended the lecture. And so, talking about the first one, like, imagine paying tuition and it gets wasted on this. This is a completely optional course. This is Psych 210. It's a Human Gender and Sexuality Studies class. It's one of my favorite classes that I've taken here at the university.
Of course it is.
But it's a completely optional course. This isn't something where it's like, oh, you are required to take this class. You are required to sit on these lectures. That's not true at all. It is a completely optional course. It's a huge course. It's the biggest one offered here. 1,200 students. People enjoy taking this course. It's a fun course.
Sweetheart. She just put her whole foot in her mouth, man, but it's just cooked. It's like an optional course. It's an optional course, but it's the biggest course there because all the kids want to be a part of the bullshit. See the problem? Does no good for anybody, bro. Just perpetuates the degeneracy, perpetuates the bullshit, bro. And they're there to swallow it whole.
It's interesting to know about, but it covers a wide variety of things. It's not just like, let's promote the industry, let's talk about this. It does talk about the industry. It talks about how it can lead to lots of image issues with both men and women, and how lots of, like, previously in the industry and even some media nowadays is very harmful to people in general, because lots of people, they learn everything about that kind of area. You get what I'm talking about. I just don't know if I can say it on TikTok. You learn kind of everything about that area on certain websites versus, like, in person, because this isn't something that you really talk about, like, oh, hey, how do I do this, like, with your parents, you know? So it does talk about that, but it talks a lot about, like, the impacts on people. It's talking about the psychology behind it. It also talks about how like, everything revolving, like, the industry to, like, different, like, sex work, I don't know if I can say that on TikTok, is viewed, and, like, sex in general is viewed across different cultures, across different times. It covers, like, a lot of history. It covers human anatomy.
All right, shut the fuck up, bro. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let her finish. I'm gonna let her finish, bro. But you know, I wanted to shut the fuck up. To be fair, I'm gonna let her finish, dog.
It's not just like, oh, let's watch videos in class today. And so I think that's something that's commonly misconstrued, and I wanted to just bring that up first. The second thing is, I've been seeing lots of comments like, why would you bring her in? Why would you be promoting the industry? And to just start with the first one, she's a professional in the area. Like, we do talk about that kind of work in the class. We talk about the industry in class because it's part of the whole psychology course. But when you're in a college course, you get talked to by professionals. She is a professional in her industry. And, like, as much as that seems kind of out of place for a university, it is perfectly in place for this class which people are choosing to take. And she wasn't promoting it at all. Like, I want to be very clear with that. She was not like she was almost actively not like saying you shouldn't do it, which is like very similar to the type of content that she posts. One of the things she said that I enjoyed a lot and I thought was very interesting was like, if you want to be a doctor, you can't just hop in and be a doctor. You have to spend like years prepping for it. You have to think about, is this really for me? Because it's a lot of work. You have to think about like the pros and the cons. And she compared that to the industry as well. It's not something that you just hop into. You have to know all about it and be fully committed to that line of work beforehand, because as she was saying, it could be hard to get a job afterwards. And she was even saying lots of people don't blow up. Like she blew up, obviously, you guys probably know her, but lots of people who are in the industry don't make nearly as much money. The only ones that you're seeing are the ones that do make a ton of money. But kind of along like those same lines, like she did not tell like all of these college students like, oh yes, you should go do this. She was not doing that at all. She was being brutally honest, and that's what we were here for. Like, as college students, we want to know like from a professional about everything, you know? And like the Q&A was fun. There's lots of like random questions that get asked that are like more on the fun side, more on the like silly side, and I think those are the ones that are kind of like blowing up in videos and stuff. But the main thing was just like, why would you glorify it? She wasn't glorifying it. She was being brutally honest. And why would you bring her in? Well, she's a professional in the industry, you know? And so I think those were just the main ones. Overall, like, the biggest thing, like, the point of this lecture was to get perspective from someone who's actually in the industry and get a different perspective than our own. And something else that she talked about was that nowadays, more than ever, women are in control of the industry, which means that women can be making changes from the inside. So this is more about the like empowerment side of it. Some people are saying like this can't be empowering because it's inherently anti-feminist. But she's making change from the inside, along with a bunch of other creators. You're able to, like, her being in the media, people being in the media nowadays are able to create more content.
All right. I said I was going to let her finish, but the bitch is there because she's popping. She can be up here talking about all this other shit, trying to give perspective, trying to give behind the scenes look at what the fuck is going on, bro. That's going to go in one of these students' ear and out the other. Bro, she's the goal. She's the goal, bro. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the fuck going on, or the girls and them boys in that auditorium where they're sitting there recording this bitch because they was excited to see this motherfucker because who she is, how poppin' she is, and what she does, bro. And all these women could see themselves inside her, even if she's a fucking one-off. Generally speaking, most people think that they can meet the exception. I guarantee you most of the girls in that class felt that they could be the exception. It goes, it's no different than like women, the delusional women in the real world, bro, where they feel like they can go out there and get Prince Charming and they're the one of one and they deserve the fucking world and the red carpet and all that shit. Well, that's not reality, bro. Same situation gonna take place with these girls in this fucking class looking at her. She can say whatever the fuck she want to say, man. Her whole presence in the classroom is glorification of the industry because of who she is and what she's able to achieve. Only reason she's there is because of what she does and how poppin' she is, bro. If she was fucking whack and trash, no one would give two fucks. Everybody was excited to see her because they all want her life, right? And she can downplay as much as she want, bro. But them girls thinking, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can do that, bro. But you got these girls, these kids out here doing mental gymnastics, trying to make it seem like it ain't what it is. It's a cope. It's just a fucking class. Nah, bitch. The university knows exactly what the fuck they doing. Y'all falling for a hook, line, and sinker, bro. No common sense at all. There's no fucking place for the source of female degeneracy to be present in a fucking classroom setting, having that effect on children. I meant to say adults, but it's children, bro. They gonna feed to that shit like flies on shit, bro. I guarantee you more women in that fucking classroom are motivated to fucking go out here and pursue OnlyFans with the education that they have. You know what I mean? Any way you fucking look at it, bro, it's cooked. It's cooked. Trash.